Rise and shine, family. All right, listen, imagine you see a big house and you see a man taking a big crane and he's hitting the house with a wrecking ball. And he's knocking off just blocks of the house, just bow, bow, knocking tiles off the house, right? And then imagine his wife runs up to it, takes one screw out and runs back out of the way of the house. And then the husband continues to hit the house with the wrecking ball. And then she'll run up and she'll take one screw out, run back away again, right? And then as he hits it again with another wrecking ball, she runs up and she takes out one little screw again, right? What would you say she's doing? I'm hoping you're saying helping. What I'm trying to get you to grasp is a lot of times you're in toxic relationships and what someone will do is they will argue that they're less toxic than the other person as if they're in a competition to be less toxic than the other person. The goal is that you become non-toxic, period. Your journey is to become non-toxic, period, not to become less toxic than your counterpart. It's not an excuse to say I'm less toxic. Are you toxic? Because at the end of it, you have to admit I'm contributing to the destruction. I'm helping. I'm not doing any better by taking a screw away. I'm not, right? So what am I doing? I am helping to break it down, correct? So how about don't be toxic at all? Even if the other person is toxic. Your goal is to not be toxic, period. A lot of times we think that if someone is toxic with us, then at some point we have the right to be toxic back. But what that does is that keeps you in your habit of being toxic. You don't get to free yourself from toxicity because you keep making these excuses to go back into toxicity. Let's say you're in one relationship where a man isn't masculine for you. And so you go into another relationship saying, I don't know how I can follow in another relationship. I don't know how I can submit and coexist in another relationship. I'll probably be combative in my next relationship. Well, this is you choosing to not be feminine. You have let this person's behavior convince you to not be feminine. You're using an anecdotal experience. You met this person that you dated, and now from this person, you decided you're going to change up who you are. A lot of men do the same thing. They get hurt by a woman or a few women, and they decide now they're going to treat women differently, all women differently. And what has happened is, while this may work for them and it protects their heart, they don't get hurt in the long run, as easily as they were hurt, they start to harden their hearts and move a little slower, start to protect themselves a little bit more. But at the same time, the kicker is they stop being masculine. You actually stop being masculine. You say, I'm going to stop, treating. I'm going to stop complimenting. I'm going to stop, making the first move. I'm going to stop approaching. So all these things are what you would call masculine. So what you're doing is you're saying, in my next relationship, I ain't taking care of no woman because the last one I took care of a woman, she freaking cheated on me. And the next one, I'm not being faithful and loyal and committed to no woman because, man, that's whenever she did me dirty. You understand? And so the next relationship, you won't have integrity, which that is a mannish quality, family. That's a masculine quality. Integrity, doing what you say you're going to do, honoring your commitments. Lying is not a masculine quality. And what do we do a lot of? Why do we lie? Because someone in our past taught us that we couldn't tell the truth. Anecdotal experience. We got to rise out of that. No excuses, family. All right? Stop using the idea that you're less toxic than another person to be okay with yourself. You should forever be challenging yourself to be better, okay, and raising your vibration. Get to a place to where you're not toxic, period, family. If they're going to be toxic, let them be toxic, but you don't take on that toxicity. All right? Peace.